In a world filled with vibrant sounds, the ability to hear allows us to connect with one another, experience music, appreciate the beauty of the spoken word. However, for those facing hearing challenges, these everyday experiences may become complex, overwhelming, or non-existent. Today, we'll explore the journey of an individual who has embraced his hearing disorders, navigating the highs and lows and discovering remarkable resilience along the way. My guests, from the lady, we have Aseye Tonyi, who is a special education advocate. The gentleman in the pink shirt is Emmanuel Edu Jemfi. He's our sign language interpreter. Sitting next to him is Mauli Honumensa in the Batakari, who is a certified audiologist and a lecturer at the University of Education, Winneba. And in the bright yellow shirt is Mr. Fred Addo, who is a graduate of civil engineering student from Accra Technical University and hearing impaired. Gentlemen and lady, you are all welcome to GTV Breakfast.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with Fred. So Fred, tell us about yourself. Were you born deaf?
So my name is Fred Addo. I wasn't born deaf, I was born hearing. But as time goes on, later on, my father started drinking alcohol. So sometimes, if I act wrongly, my father will wait in the evening when they close the door, and he will be slapping me. So one time or one day, as it continues like that, I started developing problem in my ear. So my mother and my father, they took me to the hospital, and my father refuses to go, yeah. So the nurses they use hot water in my ear, yeah. And some blood came out from the ear. So as time goes on, later on, when my mother starts speaking or when other people start talking, I couldn't hear them well. So when it happened like that, some people let me know that maybe if I grow, I can be okay. When I was a kid, that I developed the problem.
How old was Fred when he started experiencing hearing loss?
8 years.
Can he hear at all?
I can hear small and not clear.
And not clear.
So when people are talking to me or communicating with me, I can perceive the little sound.
How has he been able to go through life as a young boy, student, school, civil engineering? Give us a sense of the challenges.
Life hasn't been easy for me. It's only God who has helped me. Example, at the time I started schooling, my teachers wasn't understanding me. Yeah. So I always sit in front. So when the teachers start teaching, when they just start, I sit in front. So when they are teaching, I look into the books that they use to teach. And sometimes, when it's break time, or when the school closes, I will go home, I will take my book and I read it myself. That has helped me to understand a lot of things. And also some friends in my school also, they helped me to learn.
Is Fred done with school?
Yes, I finished school.
So what is he qualified to do?
So he has HND certificate.
Mm-hmm. In what?
In civil engineering. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Civil engineering.
And how's the job search going?
Kaswa.
So the job's, yeah.
So he worked at a restaurant now as a cleaner.
But he has an HND in civil engineering.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Fred, for your story. We'll come back to you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me speak with our audiologist. Talk to us about this. Obviously, looks like a preventable hearing impairment. I mean, father slapping his child.
Yeah, exactly. So hearing loss can be caused by various factors. We have things we can do, lifestyle, which causes hearing loss. And then we have other conditions. Sometimes people are born with a hearing loss. It could be during pregnancy, during childbirth, or immediately after childbirth. It's possible. Then we have other conditions like meningitis, severe malaria, which can cause hearing loss at a very early stage. But in the case of Fred, it's what we call trauma. So per his story, his father has been slapping him. Now, our ears are very delicate. So to begin with, the ears have these really tiny bones. The tiniest bone in the entire human body is found in the ear. And because of the delicate nature of the ear, it is hidden in one of the hardest bone in the human body. So if you touch behind your peanut, the flesh that we have here, both of them, you find out that there's a process, a small protrusion behind. That is where the main organ for hearing is located. It's very delicate. So in the case of Fred, when he was slapped, it could be that the first part of the ear, which we call the outer ear, could have a problem. It could be from the middle ear. It could be from the inner ear. So depending on where the impact was or the severity of the impact, that has resulted in this kind of hearing loss. Yeah. So if we start from the outer ear, if you look at the image on the screen right now, okay, so the pinna is the fleshy part, brown color. Then you have the ear canal. Then it goes to the tympanic membrane, which is the pinkish portion. It's a very thin layer that we have. One of the things which could potentially happen is that when Fred was slapped, the tympanic membrane, or what you call the eardrum, could get a perforation. Once it gets the perforation, the eardrum is supposed to be vibrating. When the vibration occurs, there are three bones. We call them the middle ear bones or the ossicles. They are just after the eardrum. There are three. They look like a seesaw. They are supposed to carry the vibrations from the eardrum, slide it down into the blue portion. The blue portion is what we call the cochlea. That is where the main organ for hearing is, the one which is called like a snail shell. Now, in the middle ear, if the slap is very severe, these three bones can get dislocated. And that will lose some pressure, some energy, which is being transferred into the inner ear will be lost. Then if we get into the inner ear, the blue portion too, if the slap is very severe, there are some fluids in the cochlea which help us to hear. Severe slap could cause those fluids, a portion of the cochlea will be torn, and then the fluids will drain out. Once those fluids drain out, then hearing goes bad. Yeah. So this is, we would have to assess and then find out which area within the auditory pathway is affected because of the slap. But per the story, it could be either the eardrum is perforated or the ossicles are broken or it has affected the inner ear as well.
Can his hearing improve?
Okay, it depends on where the hearing loss is occurring. If it occurs in the outer ear, in the middle ear, it can be medically or surgically treated. If it occurs in the cochlea, then naturally it will not improve unless we do what we call the cochlear implants. We put an artificial electrode array into the cochlea so that it plays the role of the natural cochlea. But if it was the outer ear and the middle ear, if it's the perforation, surgery could correct it. For the 3 bones too, we have middle ear implants which can be put in there to replace the activity of the 3 bones. Then now the cochlear implants as well.
Okay. We'll come back to Fred in a short while to find out how things are going and what the future is. But I want to speak with Asay now. So Asay, you're a special education expert. What are your thoughts about Fred's experience? And is it common?
The cause of his hearing is not that common. Yes. So I got to know him in the area. He's very hardworking and very intelligent. So that is how I got to know his story. So the cause of his is not really common. Normally what we hear is maybe during birth something happened or the children were born with it or something. But his is rare. When he told me, I felt very bad because it's something preventable, as you said earlier.
What are some of the challenges with special education as far as people who are deaf or hard of hearing is concerned?
Communication. So if you see how he types, it's different. So sometimes when they send you message, you can't really understand. Yes, communication. And so if they have to communicate, that means it should be a video call before you can get the details of whatever they have. And secondly, sometimes the textbooks, some of the schools use the same textbooks. So sometimes the children find it difficult to get it. And most media houses too don't have sign language interpreters. Yesterday we had an inclusion workshop and we talked about that. Most of them wish they could understand what is going on. Even the kids program, it's time we get sign language, people who interpret so that the kids too would really have a feel of what is going on.
So we need to be more inclusive.
Yes, we are not. Okay. Yes.
Let me come back to Fred now. Fred, so how life must be incredibly hard for you. Or am I just assuming? I mean, what makes you happy? How do you relax? How does you relax, Emmanuel? So what does he say?
So he's talking about that if he gets a hearing aid, I think he can improve his hearing for him. Yeah.
Well, I asked the question, what makes him happy?
Yes, that
is what will make him happy. Okay. Okay. Tell me what he's saying. I mean,
All right, so he's talking about anytime he meets a friend and they don't know that he's hearing impaired.
Okay.
So as time goes on, when they got to know that he's deaf, they start
separating themselves
from him.
So who is his best friend now?
I have only one special friend.
She's a lady.
He's a gentleman.
A gentleman?
Yes.
Okay, all right. What's his name?
Daniel.
Okay, you're spelling the name.
David.
David.
Yeah.
Great. Shout out to David for being that your special friend. I'm curious. Did you grow up with a family, with brothers and sisters? And where is Daddy now?
So I grew up with my parents.
Okay. Brothers, sisters?
My father is dead.
Okay.
So I have brothers and sisters.
Okay.
I grew up with them.
Okay.
And my brother is now working, and my sister too. She learned how to with her, so she's working at it.
Did Daddy take responsibility for what he caused before he died?
So he accepted. First, I went to report him at the police station, and they came to arrest him, but he begged them, then they released him. So he accepted that.
How does he feel about his father?
So my father abused me, but the Bible says that whatever someone does to you, you have to forgive. So I forgave him.
So he forgives his
Yeah.
father. All right. I'll come to you for the last word shortly, but to Mauli, what advice can you give for parents or guardians or even people who feel that something is not quite right with their hearing and they need to seek some help? Or what are some of the signs?
Okay, so some of the signs are obvious, others are not. Hearing loss has a way of playing tricks on us, so you might start developing hearing loss and might not notice it. So regular assessment is very important. Maybe once every 6 months, you could pass by the ENT or an audiology facility.
Ear, nose, and throat.
Ear, nose, and throat. So that they will do assessment of your ear to check if there is earwax in the outer ear. Sometimes there's a brownish substance which, when you put your hands into your ears, you find it. Yeah, that's wax. So if it's too much, it could reduce the level at which you are hearing. So you can go in for a check, and then we would see whether you have too much wax, and it will be cleared for you. Then regular hearing assessment, lifestyle counts, too much sound, using the earphones at very high levels for a very long time could be hazardous to our health. Putting other things into our ears, chicken feathers, matchsticks, car keys. We are not supposed to be putting things into your ears. If your ears are itchy, you have to find a facility, go for an assessment. If there is a need for you to get treatment, you would be given treatment. Then for people like Fred, they need education, like Aseye mentioned, an inclusive environment. A sign language interpreter in the classroom can help them so much. So accommodations by schools could help them improve upon their language. Like Aseye rightly said, one of the challenges that deaf people would have would be with communication and with their language development. Incidental learning, when you are passing by, people are speaking, you are hearing. So your language, your vocabulary is built because you can hear so many people speak. But for a deaf person, one of the challenges is that they can only acquire language as much as they are assigned to or they read from books. The incidental learning is missing. So if we create an environment for them where communication is facilitated, we expose them to books, there are interpreters in the classroom, then it helps their language develop. Otherwise, they would have some of these challenges.
Okay. I say, as a special education specialist, what can you say in conclusion as we wrap up this conversation on hearing impairment, hearing loss?
Okay, so just like what he said, we should try and assess regularly, and we should create accommodations for the children in the classroom that have hearing issues, and we should try and find other alternatives. Nowadays, there are a lot of things they can learn online, and we should expose them and build their self-confidence. Yes, because for Fred, the situation has even affected his confidence,
yes,
and even wanted to commit suicide. So it's really affected him. So we should try and make them feel like they are humans. We should be inclusive. Inclusive starts from us. It's a mindset. If we know such people are in such situations, we should get closer to them. We shouldn't feel they are different. We shouldn't feel they are less, so that they can also be happy, because it's no fault of them that they find themselves in such situations.
All right. So now I'm going to ask Fred to speak about what changes he'd want in his life and see whether we can get some help for him. So Fred, over to you. The microphone is in front of you. What would you like? What's your greatest wish right now? Okay.
I think if I get hearing aid, it can help me to get work, because so when people talk, I can hear them.
Okay. So you just need a hearing aid.
Yes, I need hearing aid.
Okay. How much are these hearing aids, Mauli?
It depends on the technology.
Okay. But have you assessed him to find out whether he would need a hearing aid? Or he
So
would need to
we
be assessed?
would have to assess him first.
Yes.
Then that's candidacy for hearing aid. If he qualifies, if he can benefit from the aid, then based on his needs and his hearing range, a particular kind of hearing aid can be prescribed for him.
Okay.
But right now, it will not cost him less than about 5,000 cedis.
5,000 cedis?
Yes.
All right. Okay. What's your ideal job? Fred, what would you like to do? I mean, how do you see yourself doing as a responsible man? Where do you see yourself working?
So I want to be involved in agriculture activities. So I want to go to university to learn about agriculture studies, so that I can work that place.
How can people get in touch with Fred? What's his number? Those who want to help.
Use my number. Okay, use my number because.
Your number. Okay, so it's out.
Okay.
So say the number for me.
Okay, 027
27
944
944
6248
6248 027
7
944
6248.
48. Show me the numbers, man. 027 0 0 2
7.
7 7
Yeah. Then
944
9
9
4
4
4
4. What's the last number? 944
6248.
6
6
2
2
4
4
8.
8 8
The middle one.
8
Yeah.
8. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Don't
You're
give up.
welcome.
Keep pushing. Yeah? Keep pushing. We're out of time right now, and so I want to say thank you so much to our guests. This is how I remembered it. I remembered it as FAME. So FAME, F stands for Fred, A stands for Aseye, M stands for Michael, and E stands Maoli and E stands for Emmanuel. So Fred, Aseye, Maoli, Emmanuel. Akwanami, thank you so much.
Thank you
God bless.
so much. Thank you.
And Fred, we'll talk again, yeah?
Thank you.
All right then. Bye-bye. I love the yellow shirt. You're welcome. This is GTV Breakfast. We'll be looking at challenges of hearing impairment and hearing loss, and we're looking for help for Fred. The number again, 027-944-6248, and you get through to Aseye, and then you can channel all your help to Fred, 027-944-6248. Burn it in your mind, put it on your phone. Let's reach out, let's help Fred to achieve his dreams. This is GTV Breakfast. Sports is next. Don't go anywhere.